Carl, how has it been going so far?
Yeah, it's been great actually. It's as you said, it sometimes feels like we're in the middle of nowhere, but it has a very distinct equestrian feel here, and we're being looked after great, and the horses travel quite well. I mean, Nip Tuck didn't eat for 4 or 5 days, so it was a little bit difficult with him at the beginning. Of course, all his life he's travelled with Allegro, and his last party, probably, when he went to Olympia with Allegro, so he's a little bit unsettled travelling on his own, so it's been a little bit unusual for him. I mean, one thing that, always comes across when you compete in America is how polite everybody is and how enthusiastic they are, and they make you think that you know them. Everybody calls you Carl, or, like they've met you before, and I think they're just so excited. They obviously don't get so many shows as we get in Europe, so I think some people have travelled from miles away. The hotel next door where we're staying is absolutely rammed today. There is not a room to be had, they said, in the hotel. And that's quite unusual as well, because of course we're living as riders in the hotel with all these people that have come to see you, and just getting from the front door to your bedroom can take 30 minutes just to because everybody chats.
You don't want to see the spa or the sauna then?
No, you don't. You don't want to be photographed not looking at your best. And jet lag, of course, is catching out most of us this week, so we're all feeling a bit... Is it Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or what time is it?
Talking about the other riders, I mean, you said you want to be among the top 3, a podium place for sure. There's one girl from Germany.
There is. Which I know you will be supporting before me, Tom. But,
I love you too.
Yeah. She is wonderful. Of course, you're talking about Isabel Berth, who is, again, just a phenomenal rider in the sport. And there's no shame in being second to her. But I've competed with Isabel. We grew up together. She's only a couple of years younger than me. And I've seen her, she's seen me since we were in our teens, and I admire her hugely. There isn't, I don't feel a rivalry. I watch her. I still love watching her ride, and how many people have produced horses like she has, and it's that question of you make the most of what you've got. And I mean, she doesn't always have the top horses. I mean, she has at the moment, of course, got this incredible mare here, Gold, who's just an exceptional partnership they're getting. But she's also ridden lots of more normal horses and been happy with their results. And I've always used that as, so not every horse can be a gold medalist, but, if your horse goes the best it can, then, once you're older, of course, you accept those sort of things. It's not about being able to win on every horse you have. I made my own programme, not based on anyone else's, and I'm sure Isabel did the same thing. And in fact, our degrees of difficulty are fairly similar. It seems to change all the time as they're developing the programme. But the first time we competed together with the 2 horses against each other, we were like 0.0 apart in our degree of difficulty. Certainly now we're getting used to riding more difficult tests. There's definitely scope for making it even more difficult. But the trouble is you don't want it to look like a mess. And I think although my test might be as difficult as Isabel's, of course she has more power than my horse, so it looks more dynamic, and it probably looks more difficult because it's more dynamic, and that's something that you take into consideration, depending on how your horse is built, how he moves, and all those sort of things. But there is definitely, people are going to be looking obviously at our programs, other riders. I mean, it's normal, it's competitiveness, and they will be looking at our program and thinking, I'm going to take some of that, or I'm going to take some of that. I mean, of course, Isabel's strength is her pied passage, so everything is extremely difficult with these hugely energetic pied pirouettes all the way around and all the way around the other way. I mean, it's quite something, and of course it has a big impact when you watch it. Well, music is based on a television programme that we had at home called Mr. Selfridge, and it's about the store in London, of course, and how it all started. And it just had this fantastic theme music to it. I used to look forward to it every Sunday when it was on television. And so I said to Tom Hunt, who also did Charlotte's music, of course, many of her gold medal performances are Tom, and he's done Nip Tuck and myself for the last few years. It's very old-fashioned music, but I love it. It's quite heavy and thumpy, which of course, for a big horse like him, it lifts him, it fits him. I can't have like twinkly ballet music for the biggest horse here. He just doesn't, he sounds like the cavalry when I'm coming across the diagonal. So, I mean, I think the music's really suitable for him. But when I first heard it, again, it was really interesting. I first heard it and I was like, I just rang out straight away, Tom, I don't like it. And he just, I texted him, and so he sent me a message back with just a sad face on it. And I felt terrible because I knew he'd like put a lot into the music. And then I listened to it again the next day, and I thought, oh no, I quite like it. And then on the third day, I played it again, and then I fell in love with it. And maybe that's what's happened, you know, like as well. You know, when judges hear it for the first time, it does take a few times for all of us.
So no Swan Lake for you, but maybe you can use all
charge
your
of the
ballet.
cavalry, like I said, for me. I'm sure Isabella Meter Ballet and mine's to the heavy cavalry unit.
But well, when we talk about a podium, maybe you can sort of have your ballet dancer, you yourself perform with Swan.
Hardly.
Yeah.
As we said, we're 50 this year, Tom. We don't do things like that anymore. We're happy that we can walk and go upstairs, and you know, no dancing, no dad dancing.